We've reached that part of early summer when fall calving herds will soon be weaning the calves. And certainly the weaning process is stressful enough, not alone during some of these very hot summer days that we'll have. I think we want to consider the management strategy called fence-line weaning at this time of the year. This was developed out in California clear back in 2002 when researchers took a look at the impact of what they called fence-line weaning, where the calves were just weaned on one side of the fence from their mothers, as compared to completely separating the calves from the cows, where they were out of sight, out of mind, couldn't be smelled or heard. As they compared those two groups of calves, what they found was that the calves that were just fence-line weaned, they actually walked less, bawled less those first 2 or 3 days after weaning. They rested more and they ate more. And that's important because that got those calves off to a better start. In fact, they weighed the calves 2 weeks after the weaning process started. Those that were fence-line weaned had gained 23 more pounds than did those that were totally separated from their mothers. And that difference in gain has stayed intact clear on out 10 weeks after the weaning process, where the calves that were fence-line weaned still maintained an advantage. They'd gained about 26 more pounds than did the counterparts that had been totally separated. So I think this does illustrate that it is less stressful, gets those calves off to a little better start. Ranchers here in Oklahoma that have tried fence-line weaning always will have me point out to others that we talk to that the importance of water in the case of fence-line weaning. Because you want to remember, for the first couple of days, we've got cows and calves congregated in a very small area during this warm weather. And it's going to require lots of water in that area. We want to remember that it has to be water that those calves, those 7-8-month-old calves on one side of the fence, can reach to drink readily during that weaning process so that they don't get dehydrated. So plan ahead before you consider fence-line weaning this summer to make sure that water is available on both sides in adequate amounts to meet their needs. I think you really want to consider fence-line weaning when you wean calves this summer. Less stress, they get off to a better start, but plan ahead. Make sure there's water on both sides that those cattle can reach. Hey, we look forward to visiting with you again next week on Sunup's Cow-Calf Corner.